Summer is golden.
Hi guys, Jessica Norman. This is Summer is Golden. Hey guys, I just had to stop in the middle of traffic. I'm at a light, of course. This is Jessica Norman, for those of you who don't know. We're in the city of Zion in preparation for hitting the highway, and we're noting we have 99,399.9 miles on the city of Zion. How about that? Yes, that means 0.9 miles, which we should hit after making this turn in front of the Augusta University medical training facility here at Walton Way and Fleming Avenue. By the time we turn this here corner, we're probably gonna be seeing 99,400. Let's see what we got here. We got trees. A little small tornado passed through a moment ago and ripped down the trees. As you can see, there's some police officers there on the road with one. Ripped down some trees here. Quite a mess it made. Well, we just crossed 400.1. So now we're on our way. You guys know, as we embark on this wonderful odyssey of ours, we have begun it with less than 100,000 miles. Let's see where we end up. That should be fascinating. Thanks guys for coming, stopping in, saying hello. I just wanted you guys to see that. I'm heading home, last day of work. You know how it goes. We've just taken our early semi-retirement. I'm sure we're gonna have to work again, but you know, if the Lord says the same, as they say, this could be our last day in an organized facility for work. How about that? Of course, it's scary and all of those things, but we're long overdue. We don't ever take vacations. We're long overdue for this opportunity to embark on such a journey, and we're ready and eager. Alice is back there. She's not really enjoying the ride too much today. It was raining real hard a while ago. I don't mean to yap, but I just wanted you guys to know that, okay? So we'll see you in a few days when we begin our journey. So take care, folks. Summer's golden. Smile. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm just doing a little quick check-in. We're counting the days now, and we're on our way to join the city of Zion with Alice and our new traveling companion, who we'll introduce later, perhaps the day we embark. Just wanted to come on for a brief few moments just to say thank you, because I really felt something in my heart. Now, those of you who've had opportunities to go to DMVs and whatnot across this great land of ours to get your titles and registrations and so forth, you know how much of a challenge that can often be. Oh my God, I can barely remember an experience that went well at either of those types of facilities. But man, I tell you, this DMV here, I don't know if I should really throw names and addresses around, but I really wanted to give a shout out to the manager over at the east, is it the west? It's the west side DMV. I can probably tell you that. Miss Allen and her trustee, I want to say employee or co-worker, Miss Caitlin. God, they took such good care of me today. And I mean, I was emotional after I left out of there. So those of you who know what I'm talking about, you can kind of get a feel for what that had to be like. You know, and despite the many various things that had to be done in order to get the work done that I needed to get done, we did get it all done today, except for maybe one title change that I still have yet to do. But anyway, I won't rattle on. I just wanted to say thank you to those guys. And I did inform Miss Allen of my channel, so she might be watching, and I really wanted to say thank you, Miss Allen. That what you did and what you said to me today, I don't think you'll ever know. But somehow I'm gonna find a way to say thank you in our future endeavors as we travel the country. I'm gonna cast a pine cone or something in your honor. So I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys again someday. Hopefully no time soon, except for Friday when I come back from my title. And thanks again, guys. It was really a great experience, and I'm happy I came to the West Side DMV today and not another one. It was a blast. So thank you, guys. See you guys on the road, and remember, summer's still golden. What's up, family? Welcome to another episode of Summer is Golden. And for those of you who don't know, I am your host, Jessica Norman, and we're in another failure to launch. Well, guys, please excuse how I'm dressed today, because we are about to embark on yet another type of odyssey. Now, I know that this is not an automotive repair channel. That's not what we feature here. However, sometimes your automobile needs repair, and if you don't repair it, someone else will have to. So, hey, we got a bad radiator, and we can't get on the road with that, and an alternator that's about to go bad. As soon as you turn the AC on, it's killed two batteries already, and here's the third. Those other two batteries were pretty much dying anyhow, so we didn't have a lot of time left on them. However, they aren't completely dead in terms of their cells, so I'm going to take at least one of them along with me. I'll probably give the other one away to someone who was asking me the other day. And we'll have that backup if we need just 12 volts or enough to charge your phone or whatever. Because sometimes you have problems with the lithiums and you aren't able to start the vehicle to use the DC inside the van. So, you know, just another level of protection in case we're not able to find help. Okay, so we're gonna take the radiator out first, and then we'll take the alternator off. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but it's right there. I mean, if it was like up underneath the engine or something, I probably would go ahead and let someone else do it. So, since I'm pressed for time and we're here, I just took the snap pins out on this front panel. Gives you a little easier access to the radiator. So that's what I'm in the process of doing now. We're going to go ahead and get started, and you guys can hang out and watch us pop a few screws if you like. But we're almost there. T-0 was yesterday, so I'm going to miss my sister's birthday. Happy belated birthday, sis. By the time you see this video, it'll be a few days past. Okay, guys, let's get started.
Tantu, teaching you the language of beats. Let's go.
Alright, folks. I just got to chime in for a minute. Anyway, you know I'm not one to be chopping down on companies and whatnot. I used to keep all that private. And this is not, I'm pretty sure this is not a Rock Auto necessarily full culpability here, okay? First of all, that's a little packing. A couple of pieces right up here on the side of the radio and a couple pieces down at the bottom. Anyway, the box arrives flattened. You see how it looks. And this is how they dropped it off to the hotel. The hole where the hose spout is on the radiator bust through the box. So they obviously didn't pay any attention to the signs. Let me see. In this packing list. But this is the state of our delivery system these days. But some of the culpability has to be placed on Rock Auto. Because, I mean, come on, people. Look at that. The doggone rib has dents in it. And I'm like, I need to put this on. I don't have time to wait for another one. I should have opened it up the day it arrived. But that's just, you know, my foolishness. I don't always operate under the best advisory set. It's just that's the order. The return request will be accepted until June 13th. I'm sorry. Okay. How about that? Should have sent it back. As long as there's no holes in it, I want to get it in and try it. If there's no hole in there, I'm going to let it slide because it's time to go. My goodness. But I'll tell you what, that radiator, as soon as I topped it off, it was leaking from the top up here. So I don't want to get on the road and it just started acting like it doesn't belong to me. Because we don't want any harm to come to the city of Zion. Am I right, Zionaires? All right, doggone it. Let's go ahead and continue. I think I got the right part here. It looks like it is. But I'm going to take a couple more surveys because I want to cut this box up and lie on it. So there actually was a reason for me wanting to get that box that I started to get yesterday. I couldn't think, what am I going to need that for, you know? So here we go. All right, guys, let's get back under here. Okay, fam. Check this out. Had me believing for a minute there that I had the wrong part. And now I'm not 100% sure I don't. But, because I've got 3 ports down there on this side of the radiator. That's the drain plug. But over here is supposed to be a tap, and it is a tap line. It's a metal tap line, so as long as that's a 3/8 tap line, then I should be able to pull that plug off of there and put in, oh Lord, and put in the line right here on the end. It just looks like there's maybe a, I'm upside down. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Can you see that? That's the last entry point on the new radiator. There's that one over there next to the hose entry and one over here. And then there's a 3rd line on here. So that's where that drain plug is on the new. It's a 3/8 and that looks to be 3/8. That's a 3/8 adapter there. So common sense tells me if I take this adapter off, probably have to pull the rubber hose first so it doesn't bind up. And it should come right off. So I'm hoping it's the same size. I just don't want to stop right now. I'm gonna cut this box and we're gonna use it as a drop cloth because they are wet from the rain yesterday. So let me take this antifreeze and try and put it into a bottle or something. I don't have the proper pan. We'll put it back into an antifreeze bottle. All right, like I said, guys, we gotta stop and take a break. Have us a cup of coffee. Say good morning to Tweety, y'all. Yeah, you've been following me around for a few years now. My favorite coffee mug. Well, yesterday was quite the eventful day. We had a few discoveries, one of which being our water bag is going to be a bit heavy, so we need to install some reinforcements. I put some in yesterday, a couple of additional 2x4s. I probably need 2 more because I don't have the metal frame that we need, the little white metal frame up there. I don't have 2 more. If I had 2 more, I'd put them on the opposite side of my gearbox right there that I'm building. So we're gonna finish that up in the field, but we need to get some more support up there. I think it's still gonna be too much already with the water. Before I start packing anything else, it's creepy. It's creaking. I have to go back around and check because the grass is not very extensive on those things. I mean, I'm gonna trip and drop my coffee. Let me just do this right, okay? Save a cup of coffee, save a life. All right, you see that little clip? Let me see if y'all can see that. Those 2 bolts right there, and then that plate right on the front of that is the only thing keeping that blade in that track. Now the track is designed to stand a little bit of weight. You can top these things and put a little bit of weight up there, but I'm just not sure how much this is rated for, to be quite honest. So the water bag up there, we may have to travel with it empty, but that kind of defeats our purpose. So once we finish loading that thing, it's gonna that could be 4,000 pounds or so. I mean, inside the van, that's understandable because you can carry people of that. I think it's a 8,000 pound passenger rating or something like that. But we're talking because what's inside is probably about 1,000 pounds. It's not even that. It might be 8. I use light 2x4s, and the counter is not too heavy, so it's probably gonna be okay. But that, and you see the metal bars got a little dip in it, and that's without the bag being full. When the bag was full, I had a dip, and I realized it's because I put the connections for those bars on opposite ends. And maybe that particular one should have been on this side, and the other one in the back should have been on that side, or both, and it would have bore the weight rather equally. So I may have to create a joist system from one end of the gearbox to the front on point to where that light is mounted, right up under the support bar, and that'll probably fix that problem. I keep walking up on this hornet's nest. They don't get too agitated with me for walking fast. But there's another one on the porch that's on my camera. Anyway, we'll look at that later. But I got to get that camera down because I'm taking it with me. So yeah, we're gonna get that taken care of. It's getting hot out here. We've been under the shade of the clouds here this past couple hours here, but it's starting to shift. Where is the knife? I had it. I must have left it out here. It's not in my pocket. Okay, so we're gonna get back. No knife. I gotta go find it. There it is. Snake bite. If it was a snake, I'd be bitten. All right, guys. This is all starting to make a little bit of sense here. I guess these radiators are probably pretty universal in many ways on many vehicles. I'm not saying that correctly, but they probably cross fit, because I found this little bag fell out of the bottom there. Considering the holes that were in the side of the box, I'm surprised that the inlet for the hose inlet is not damaged and that this little bag didn't fall out of there. But these are the adaptations. Well, I don't know exactly. They may be to adapt down to the little oil lines for the coolant, for the oil coolant. Of course, I don't know what I'm saying. That thing down there. So let's get to work. Fam, sometimes you get things intuitively that you just had better listen to. I often say that the ancestors help me every day. They really do with odd things that I might ask a question and there's the answer or whatever. I don't want to get into the detail. My experiences. But yeah, a friend of mine was looking at this and was going to possibly do it for me, but my parts didn't get here in time. And he was telling me that, oh yeah, you don't have to worry about the belt. The belt's good. And as you can see, this belt is cracked in 4 or 5 different places. If you can see that, probably can't, but yeah, it's deteriorating slowly. So that highway grind and the heat would have taken it out anyway. So it's a good thing I did order one. Hopefully it's the right one, and that won't be a hold up for us. Yeah, but we're gonna definitely replace that belt. So, and it looks like the pulley is okay if I don't destroy it. I think we should be all right. Not the pulley, but the it's called something other than what I'm about to call it, but it's an expansion wheel right off of the alternator, that secondary wheel there, which is attached to the alternator bracket. So, but the tensioner, what I'm talking about, is down there below. That I do know about. I've changed a couple of serpentine belts in my day, or at least I was around watching somebody do it or something. I'm pretty sure I did. But we got to take that puppy off. So I'm thinking if that tensioner gives us any problems, we may have to remove that that other pulley or whatever it's called. All right, so we're gonna get back down here. It's really impossible to get to those bolts at the bottom. And now again, family, this is just the radiator fan cover. We haven't gotten it off yet. It's like the third screw. We're on this side down here. I couldn't get it from the bottom, if you can see that at all, but it seems to be coming off here. So we're gonna pull this off, pull that cover off, and take the screws out for the radiator, and then probably dump the fluid, because it's gonna take a couple of good dumps there in my little small pan. So I'm gonna get as much from the top as I can before I open the bottom, because it's gonna be everywhere. So just getting this fan cover out of the way so I can see better and start taking the bolts out before letting the fluid out. because if something goes wrong, I can stop at any point and put these bolts back in and drive to go get what I need. So that's why I'm trying. I probably should pull the no, I take that back. I was gonna say pull the serpentine belt, but you pull that serpentine belt off here, I guarantee you that bad boy ain't going back. It ain't going back. All right, ladies, let's get back to work. All right, I think I remember. It was my cousin who was taking his radiator out. And I remember him removing the cover, and he couldn't get the cover. He tried for about an hour to get the cover out. But before I even start fooling with that, I already know, because it's obvious that the cover don't just come out. So remind me, guys, when we go to put the radiator in, the cover has to go in first. Did you hear me? The cover has to go in first. Okay, guys, after some consideration, I think it might be wise to remove those lines prior to loosening the radiator. Now, I could have just Googled it and probably gotten an entire video on exactly which line to take off where and everything else. But me, I think I'm smarter than everybody, so I don't know. It looks like there's what they call, I think, an intercooler on the front. That probably is the transmission intercooler. You know what? I really should have read something. I hope I don't screw nothing up. I hope I don't screw anything up. But I do know that the intercooler it interchanges with the transmission. I don't know what this is. This might be the heater core box. I don't know. I could probably find out in 30 minutes, but it's not so darn smart. I'm gonna take it out and do it how I want to do it anyway. So if we're not on the road in 3 days, you'll know why. All right, doggone it. We're gonna get a couple of wrenches and we're gonna go ahead and pull those lines down there. Because if I don't pull them now, once I take the bolts out of the radiator, it's just gonna be flopping around and I'll have no leverage, no control over the turn-ins. So we're gonna do it first. Now you guys can come down here and watch me, or you can go ahead and go to lunch or whatever you're gonna do. Bye. All right, fam. Just as I thought, those two lines down there are the transmission cooler lines. So that's where the transmission fluid gets cooled inside the radiator. So I just removed them both, and they're draining the fluid that's trapped in those lines. So we're gonna wait for that, and then we're gonna, because I only have this one small pan, they're kind of dripping, you know, I've got an orifice in the pan catching the transmission fluid. But I can't do them both at the same time. And I don't want to take the top bolts out first, because, you know, then I'll be at the bottom trying to control the radiator as I prepare to pull it out. So we're gonna, as soon as this dripping stops, I'm gonna go ahead and take the two bottom bolts off. I may or may not let you guys watch me do that. And then we'll come up and take the two top off, pull it out with the cover. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and take the alternator off and replace it in the belt, and then we'll go back with the radiator last, because it's just the way it comes out. Of course, remember, the fan blade cover goes in first. Okay, the radiator's not gonna budge until we remove the front grille, I imagine. When does it end, right? Let's do it.
Summer is golden.